What if everything you've been taught about death is wrong? To most, it's the end of everything, the final silence. But to Jesus, it was something entirely different. For the crowds, he spoke in parables, gentle stories wrapped in mystery. But to his closest disciples, he revealed a truth so radical, it could shatter the world's greatest fear. Death isn't an ending, it's an awakening. Across time, this revelation was buried beneath doctrine, twisted into fear and judgment. Yet the Gnostic Gospels still whisper what the world forgot, that death is not a punishment, but a passage, a doorway leading us back to the remembrance of who we truly are. Fear, the most powerful motivator of human behavior, a shadow that has loomed large over civilization since the dawn of time. At the heart of our societies, from the grandest empires to the humblest communities, lies an intricate web woven from the fear of death. Imagine how rulers and religious leaders have long leveraged this fear. It's a tool, a means to control and direct the lives of millions. When people fear death, they seek purpose, seeking sanctuary in the constructs of religion, the laws of empires, and the rituals of culture. But then came Jesus, a figure who turned the narrative on its head. His message wasn't about evading death. Rather, he invited us to embrace it. Through his teachings, he shattered the shackles of fear, transforming death from an end into a passage. By encouraging us to see death not as an enemy, but as a doorway to a new existence, he illuminated a profound truth. The essence of who we are transcends our physical bodies. The Gnostics echoed this revelation, urging us to recognize that our bodies are merely an impermanent garment, a vessel for earthly experiences. They emphasized that the soul, our true essence, remains untouched and indestructible. When we cling to the illusion of death, we miss the far deeper tragedy, not that our bodies might perish, but that we might live our lives oblivious to our eternal nature. This perspective invites a radical shift in how we engage with life. Instead of letting fear dictate our choices, what if we could remember our souls and their journey? Would we still hesitate to pursue our passions, to forgive, to love fiercely? By embracing this understanding of our eternal selves, we can step into a more profound experience of living, one unburdened by the fear of dying. Imagine standing on the precipice of the unknown, where time and space dissolve into the fabric of eternity. According to ancient wisdom, when death arrives, it's not an end, but an awakening. Think of the Gospel of Philip, which paints a profound picture. Our bodies are likened to dreams, transient and fleeting. Just as dreams melt away with the dawn, so too does the physical form fade, leaving behind the radiant essence of who we truly are. In this pivotal moment, many remain trapped in the shadows of fear, clinging desperately to what they know. They hesitate, unable to let go of the fading night. But what if we shift our perspective? Picture those who have awakened, those who recognize the first light of dawn, who understand that death is not a departure, but an expansion. They are not fleeing from life, they are embracing a broader reality. Jesus taught that our consciousness journeys through different realms, shedding the false layers that veil our true nature. It's a transformative process, like peeling away an onion, revealing the luminescence at its core. This awakening is about recognizing that our soul is eternal. It was never disconnected from the divine light. Instead of fearing the end, we can celebrate the magnificent truth of our existence. We are always part of the universe, forever linked to the essence of everything that is. As you contemplate this profound idea, consider your own life. What might awaken within you? In embracing this truth, we can find solace and hope. Our souls are not meant to vanish. They are destined to illuminate the path through eternity. As Jesus shared profound insights with his inner circle, he painted a vivid picture of what lies beyond our earthly existence. He detailed luminous gateways, brilliantly illuminated passages guarded by beings of illusion, powers that thrive on our attachments, fears, and feelings of guilt. Imagine those who traverse life weighed down by burdens, unable to release their grip on the things that tether them to this material world. They become ensnared, drawn back into the endless cycle of suffering, unable to experience the liberation that is their birthright. In contrast, those who nurture the divine spark within them move with grace and confidence. Jesus imparted this teaching to his disciples, urging them to awaken to their true nature. He spoke of a journey where remembrance serves as a guiding light. It's not merely about reaching a destination called heaven, but recognizing that this celestial realm is, in fact, their rightful home. Death, he explained, is not an ending or a punishment, but a beautiful return to our source consciousness, a chance to reunite with the divine essence from which we all stem. By reframing the narrative around our mortal experience, Jesus empowered his followers to approach the concept of death without fear. He encouraged them to see beyond the veil, to perceive light as an extension of their being rather than a far-off goal. This shift in perspective invites all of us to explore our own attachments. What are those things that keep us bound? And how might we begin to embrace the light within, allowing it to guide us, to free us from the illusions that cloud our vision? Being part of this journey requires an openness to transformation and the courage to remember who we are at our core, a radiant expression of love, light, and consciousness. The moment we start to contemplate the possibility of an afterlife, a repetitive theme surfaces, a radiant light that beckons. This isn't just a modern phenomenon seen in near-death experiences. It's deeply rooted in the wisdom of ancient texts. Imagine standing in that light, surrounded by an aura of infinite peace and overwhelming love. What if I told you that this light isn't some distant deity, but rather a representation of your own higher consciousness? Gnostic teachings illuminate this idea, suggesting this experience isn't about a judgmental God, but about connecting with the Christ within ourselves. When the body falls away, it's not about facing an external entity. Instead, you confront the most authentic version of yourself, stripped of fear and illusion. That's where the magic happens. That true resurrection isn't about rising from the dead. It's about awakening to your divine nature. In this warm embrace of light, there's no judgment, only acceptance. The sensation is akin to meeting a beloved friend after a long separation. It remembers you because it embodies you, your essence, your soul. This radiant presence invites you to re-examine your life, revealing the profound strength that's always been within you. So, as you picture yourself in this light, consider what it would feel like to truly recognize and accept yourself without the burdens of earthly life holding you back. In this moment, everything you ever sought is illuminated, not just around you, but within you. In the intricate tapestry of existence, the Gnostics caution us against the seductive allure of false heavens. They believed that the Demiurge, the so-called false creator, spun a web of imitation light, captivating souls in a cycle of rebirth that keeps us ensnared in the illusion of comfort. Imagine standing on the edge of your own mortality, fearing what lies beyond. In those moments, the allure of these counterfeit lights becomes palpable. They promise safety and control, but at what cost? When you're faced with the unknown, the instinct to cling to something, anything, can become overwhelming. Fear and guilt cast heavy shadows, warping your perception of the radiant truth. These feelings can lead you toward these false heavens, where you might mistake illusion for enlightenment. You envision a light that beckons, but it's important to pause and reflect. Is this a path to liberation, or is it simply a detour in the endless cycle of rebirth, where your soul is recycled like an unwanted commodity? Jesus' teachings remind us that discernment is crucial. He once spoke about the vibrational essence of truth, urging us to attune ourselves to the frequency of genuine light. This is not merely intellectual understanding, it's a visceral recognition, a knowing that resonates in your core. Real light is liberating, prompting your authentic self to flourish, while false light chains you, to the very cycles you seek to escape. In navigating this terrain, awareness becomes your compass. Trust that awareness, the ability to discern the genuine from the deceptive, will guide you homeward. Reflect on the choices that arise in your journey. Are they leading you to the source of your being, or trapping you in the seductive simulation crafted by the Demiurge? By cultivating this discernment, you can break free from the illusion and step into the authenticity that nourishes the soul. It's time to wake up from the dream and return to where you truly belong. Imagine standing at the intersection of life and death, caught in the grip of fear, uncertainty, and the relentless ticking of time. In a world that often equates success with material gain, the concept of death can feel like the ultimate failure, a darkness that stops our progress and snuffs out our potential. Yet Jesus' resurrection offers us something profoundly transformative, an invitation to look beyond the grave, not just as a final curtain, but as a doorway into deeper understanding. The resurrection was not about demonstrating divine power over others. It was about signifying the triumph of consciousness over death itself. Picture Jesus allowing his body to die, not in despair, but in a powerful act of surrender that highlights our innate connection to something much greater than mere physical existence. His return isn't a mystical event meant to dazzle or intimidate. Instead, it's an assertion that the soul, the very essence of who we are, remains unscathed by the physical realm. For the early Gnostics, the cross transformed into a remarkable symbol of transcendence. They saw it as the precise intersection where spirit intertwines with matter, the moment where the illusion of separation fades away. In this enlightening view, the cross illustrates that life is not simply about existing, but about moving towards truth, where perception shifts from mundane concerns to the recognition of our eternal nature. Jesus' message resonated with radical simplicity. If you awaken to this truth now, the fear of death dissipates. His resurrection challenges us to confront the aspects of ourselves that cling to falsehoods, our ego, societal roles, and superficial pursuits. It whispers to us that death can only claim what isn't real, what is merely an illusion crafted by our own minds. In embracing this perspective, we can begin to live fully, authentically, and fearlessly, understanding that our consciousness is eternal. As we reflect on this powerful legacy, we're beckoned to consider how we might apply this wisdom in our everyday lives. While we confront our own fears, the resurrection becomes a beacon, reminding us that we are far more than our transient experiences. In choosing to live with awareness, rather than in fear, we can transcend our own mortal limitations, connecting with the eternal that lies within us all. The Nag Hammadi texts unfold a profound journey of the soul after death, inviting us to reflect on our own existence. Picture it, a voyage through 7 realms, each representing a layer of illusion we cling to in life. In this ethereal passage, our souls are guided through the realms of fear, desire, and identity. With each stage, we shed the weight of what we think defines us, like a heavy cloak slowly removed until only our pure awareness remains. Imagine feeling light as you navigate these realms, illuminated by a guiding light within, effortlessly moving from one stage to the next. For those who awaken to this journey, the experience is transformative, a reunion with the essence of who they are. But the unawakened souls? They traverse these realms enveloped in confusion, grappling with the shadows of their unacknowledged fears and desires. Jesus' words resonate, "Know yourselves, and you will be known." It's a reminder that the journey of self-discovery is essential. When we truly know ourselves, we hold the key to navigating through the darkness, emerging into the light of understanding and connection. Each of us in our lives can start this journey before the final voyage, stripping away the illusions to reveal our true selves. Understanding death has a profound impact on how we choose to live our lives. Each moment spent clinging to attachments or avoiding our fears weighs us down, but when we confront these truths, we find ourselves lightening our load in the process. Imagine letting go of those things that no longer serve you, relationships that drain your energy, fears that paralyze your potential. Each surrender allows for a more profound experience of life. The Gnostics understood this deeply. They practiced what they called dying before death. This involves meditation, immersing ourselves in silence, and surrendering to the flow of existence. In these moments of introspection, we can cross an inner veil, embracing a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe while we're still here. When we begin to see life and death as reflections of one another, a remarkable thing happens. Our fear starts to dissipate. We realize we're not just temporary visitors in this vast cosmos, but rather the universe experiencing itself through our very being. This perspective lifts the veil even further, revealing that eternal life isn't about mere survival, it's about remembrance. Jesus spoke of this eternal life, urging us to awaken to our essence. It's not about avoiding death, but about fully embracing life and understanding that every ending makes way for a new beginning. So, as we confront the mysteries of existence, let's not shy away from our mortality. Instead, let's allow it to guide us toward deeper connections, greater authenticity, and an appreciation for each fleeting moment we are given. This shift in perspective not only enriches our lives, but also illuminates the path for others, creating a shared tapestry of understanding and love. As we reach the conclusion, remember, death isn't the end, it's a revelation. You just need to look for the open door. Every moment of awareness nudges you closer to the truth. You are eternal light, and when you cross that threshold, everything you've cherished awaits you. It's not goodbye, it's an entry into deeper love. Embrace the journey, knowing the door is always open.